Good afternoon. For 155 years, Vaughn has been known for making the best hand tools in the world. Our brand is legendary, the best there is and the second to none. This has always been because of the dedication and hard work of our employees. We believe that we make the best and we work hard at it. For many reasons out of our control, that almost came to an end. Had it not been for the quick action and financial support of Governor Pritzker, we would no longer be here doing what we do today. Our community and employees will be forever grateful. On behalf of our employees, as a token of our appreciation, I would like to thank Governor Pritzker with one of our legendary hammers. We were able to make this hammer because of you. Thank you for saving these hardworking American jobs.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
I would also like to thank Director Richards from the Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity. Saving our company is just one of the many great things your department does for our state. I encourage everyone to look up the Illinois DCEO website. You will be amazed at everything they do. It's incredible. Thank you. Thank you to our elected officials, Representative Dan Swanson, Senator Mike Halpin, Representative Noreen Hammond. Noreen is no longer in our district, but has been a longtime supporter of what we do. They could not be here today, but to my understanding, they were fully aware of our situation and doing everything they could to make sure our doors remain open. Thank you to Kim Pierce. She has always been one of our biggest cheerleaders. I don't think we would be here today without your tenacity and hard work. Thank you to Bushnell Mayor Robin Wilt and the City Council for doing what you do and working hard to keep these jobs in our community. Thank you to the Illinois Manufacturers Association and Gordy Holton for being here today. Your role in making sure our doors remain open is greatly appreciated. You and your team do wonderful things for manufacturing in our state. Thank you. I would like to thank Joe Carter and Marshalltown. You saved our jobs, our brand, and our community. Thank you for believing in American manufacturing. Thank you to everyone who is here today and everyone who has supported us in this community. My grandparents had 27 children in this community. Yes, 27, that's a big number. And a lot of my friends and family work here and continue to work here. I'm so thankful that we have this opportunity to be able to continue making these legendary tools. Thank you. It is my honor to announce Governor Pritzker to the podium.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Mike, thank you very much for that very kind introduction, and good afternoon, everyone. It's good to be here, and it's great to see all the folks here in Bushnell. You know, we're celebrating today. Today is a great day. It's a great day for the workers and families. It's a great day for the city and for this manufacturing plant. And so, I just can't tell you how pleased and proud that I am to be with all of you. For the people in Springfield and in Chicago and all across the state that might watch and listen to what we're doing today through our IOCI camera, I want to give a little background about why we're all here today, because they may not know. Just a few months ago, the livelihoods of 130 workers and their families here in Bushnell were in jeopardy. Vaughn and Bushnell Manufacturing, an economic engine in this region that extends back 155 years, had run into financial challenges and was on the verge of closing, which would have posed potentially insurmountable challenges, not just to those who live here and in the surrounding area, but also to the city of Bushnell itself. It was clear that everyone needed to roll up their sleeves to keep the factory open. And thanks to the collaboration of state and local partners, the resilience of the people of Bushnell, the great folks at Marshalltown Hammer, and an assist from my Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity, 130 jobs have been saved. And this city will continue to prosper, and the families of this region will have an opportunity to thrive. I want to give a few direct thank yous to folks who made this possible. First, of course, to Marshalltown Hammer CEO Joe Carter and his entire team. Who made the new investment here, and it isn't just about their own business success, but they are investing in the hardworking people of Illinois. You're gaining a crew of truly dedicated and productive workers and an entire community of warm and welcoming families. I'd also like to thank the leaders of Bushnell and McDonough County. Mayor Robin Wilt and Macomb Area Economic Development Corporation President and CEO Kim Pierce, who kept the faith and tirelessly focused on saving this facility and keeping this prospering. Your hard work made it possible today for us to be here, and I'm really grateful for your continued partnership. They know, like I do, that we are one Illinois, where the challenges of one community ought to bring assistance from the rest of our communities across the state. To the Illinois Manufacturers Association, thank you for supporting makers across our state and, of course, collaborating to support their success. I must say that the Illinois Manufacturers Association and I have shown up together around the state of Illinois as we've brought new companies in, as we've seen expansions of companies, and just to celebrate the ongoing operations of great companies like this one. Lastly, I want to just give a thank you to my colleagues at the Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity, Director Kristen Richards, who you'll hear from shortly, Kaz Peters, Ali Grady, and Sal Garza, who work each and every day to invest in the people of this great state. When we learned about what was happening here in Bushnell, this team at DCEO immediately stepped in and got to work. Sometimes people wonder why anyone would want to work in government. Well, today is an example of why. And I'm extremely proud of what our team achieved. And so I want to thank them especially for their very hard work. Today is about more than just one company, though. It's about preserving the wonderful tradition that's been built here and doing the same in places just like it all across the state of Illinois, places where generations of Illinoisans have laid down roots, have built lives, have started families, each with different stories and heritages, each with legacies and futures worth protecting. Because it's in these communities, from Cairo to Chicago to Bushnell, and our people, that we make Illinois the best state in the nation. It is the people of Illinois that make this a great state, truly. There are investments we can make. There are things that we can do to lift up the entire state, state government, local government, and so on, but it is our people. I'm really proud of the decent, honorable, hardworking people of the state of Illinois. Economic prosperity for the working families of Illinois ought to be our state's North Star. And maintaining the long-term health of our state depends in large part on investing for the long haul, like the founders of Marshalltown and before them Vaughan did. That's why I led the passage of the state's infrastructure bill that has rebuilt roads and bridges and airports and waterports and communities across the state of Illinois. And it's why we've prioritized education and childcare, workforce development, and healthcare so that every family and every child, no matter their zip code, has what they need to get ahead. And we have an aggressive economic development agenda that is bringing jobs and new private sector investments to every part of Illinois, rural and urban, upstate, downstate, large and small companies. Those efforts are making a difference here in Bushnell and throughout Western Illinois. Today we celebrate an important milestone, securing jobs, facility improvements for this storied institution, and a brighter future for the people of this community. I want to again thank everyone who played a role in making today possible. You all have demonstrated the remarkable strength and perseverance that's at the core of the people of Illinois. And while I'm always proud of our state, I am especially so today. With that, I get to bring up, well, the man of the hour, in a way. He's a valuable and committed new investor in Illinois' economy and its future, and that's, of course, Marshalltown CEO Joe Carter. Joe?
Nice job.
I feel like I've been in front of this group so many times, they're probably tired of hearing me speak, but I will say on behalf of everyone on our team, thank you to the governor, to the state of Illinois for all the help that they did to contribute to this day and where we are today. Without their help in getting us here, Marshalltown would not be here. We could not have been here, and so we know that that was a huge deal, so thank you to them. Marshalltown is a 134-year-old company, home of the iconic American-made tool brands, of which we're so proud to have Vaughan and Dasco Pro as a part of that group now. And we're excited about that because now we have in that grasp a 155-year-old company that we've talked about, but what hasn't been added to that is it is the oldest American-made hammer manufacturer still alive in this country. That's pretty cool. Marshalltown is 6 months into this venture. It has been a lot of hard work. I'm sure a lot of these people in here and in these factories, in these factory buildings could tell you how hard we've pushed them, how much we had to do and where we had to go. We've got a long ways left to go, but I feel really, really good about where we are today, and I just could not be happier with where we are and the excitement that we can build from today. So congratulations to all those people that are here in this business working with us. And then I want to finish with, we got a lot more to go. The governor called it a celebration, so he already beat me to the punch. But we don't get these moments very often. So I think it's incredibly important for us to enjoy the moment, enjoy what we're doing here, take a little bit of time and really truly celebrate where we are. It's going to get even better. Those are the good things that are coming. But unfortunately, right after this, right, what are we going to do? We're going to get right back to work and get back to the way things are going and try and move us even in a more positive direction. So I just want to say thank you one more time to all the people that are here in Bushnell. Mike hit all of the critical people that are outside the business, but I want to make certain the focus is on those people, those 130 people that work in the business every single day, tirelessly trying to get done what we need to get done. So thank you to you again. And then it is my extreme honor to introduce the director of DCEO, Kristen Richards. She's been a big part of what we're doing. Her whole team has really, really helped us, and we're so happy to have her here.
Thank you, Joe, for that introduction. I am Kristen Richards, the director of the Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity, or DCEO, and I'm really just so happy to be here today in Bushnell to celebrate this community's role in Illinois' manufacturing legacy. This is the story of a century-old legacy in Bushnell, American-made tools manufactured right here by generations of Illinoisans have built the places and spaces where we work, live, and play. And this success story is a true testament to what it means for government to work with our economic development and corporate partners and do what we do best, invest in a sector that is key to Illinois' economy and invest in our neighbors who call Western Illinois home. Illinois is on the rise, in no small part due to the collaborative approach we are taking to economic development. At DCEO, we are laser focused on providing Illinois' small and medium-sized manufacturers with access to resources that will help them innovate and reinvest in their facilities and workforce. Through programs like Made in Illinois and workforce training programs like Fast Track, along with tailor-made apprenticeship programs that are the very best in the country, DCEO is making investments in the manufacturing sector. DCEO, along with our business attraction partners at Intersect Illinois, are also providing concierge services to companies, helping them locate sites, access energy, and tap into our competitive incentives that help jobs and capital investment grow. This collaborative effort builds upon Illinois' strategic advantages, and you see evidence of that right here in Bushnell. Illinois is in the heart of the country and at the crossroads of interstates, rail, barge, and air traffic that helps manufacturers move goods to market and their employees around the world. Illinois' fertile farmland, abundant and reliable clean energy, and above all else, its talented workforce and top schools are all reasons why companies are choosing to locate and expand in Illinois. Now, this spring, my colleagues Allie Grady and Kaz Peters were made aware that jobs at this facility were at risk. Allie quickly reached out to Kim Pierce from the Macomb Area Economic Development Corporation, and together we got to work lining up conversations about how we could use our resources to intervene and protect jobs in Bushnell. I want to thank Governor Pritzker for giving DCEO the tools we need in our economic development toolbox to make partnerships like this one with Marshalltown a reality. I want to thank local leadership for providing creative solutions to support the retention of good quality jobs in this community. And I want to thank Marshalltown for your openness to working with us to make this happen. Before we had the chance to connect, my colleagues and I at DCEO understood that Marshalltown saw something very special here in Bushnell. A talented, highly trained workforce in a community that shows up for one another. Thank you for investing in Illinois and giving us the opportunity to invest in all of you. And with that, I'm going to send it over to Mayor Witt.
Good afternoon. Governor Pritzker, distinguished guests, and employees and friends and families of Marshalltown Hammer, welcome to Bushnell. What an honor it is to see everyone here today. It's not every day that our town has the light shined upon us, and today it is, and boy, does it feel good. Marshalltown Hammer arrived in Bushnell and made one of the biggest impacts that we have ever witnessed. They saw the heart that beats strong and proud in Bushnell, and I believe they have made it even stronger. The days were looking dark for a while with the possibility of the hammer factory closing, and in came Joe Carter and his team from Marshalltown to build back the factory that has truly saved our community. This tremendous opportunity from the state of Illinois has made it possible to keep good-paying jobs in Illinois, jobs that are raising families and buying homes, keeping our people in their hometowns with a promise of better days ahead. We are forever grateful. Thank you. I would like to introduce Gordy Halton.
Thank you, Mayor. Good afternoon. I'm Gordy Holton. I'm the Chief Operating Officer at the Illinois Manufacturers Association. For 131 years, the IMA has proudly advocated on behalf of manufacturers across Illinois. For 80 of those years, Vaughn and Bushnell, of course now known as Marshalltown Hammer, have been one of our valued members. Earlier this year, when Mike Havens called us about an acquisition that had fallen through and warned that Vaughn was in danger of closing, we immediately connected their team with the governor's office and with Director Richard's team at DCEO. The state responded swiftly, mobilizing their formidable resources, and this iconic 155-year-old company, an anchor of this community, was saved. So on behalf of the IMA, I'd like to thank Governor Pritzker and Director Richards for their ongoing collaborations with the IMA and their immediate and effective efforts to save this company. But most especially, I'd like to thank Marshalltown Hammer for over a century and a half of providing great products and great careers from right here in Bushnell, Illinois. Thank you. I'd like to introduce I'd like to introduce Kim Pierce from the Macomb Area EDC.
Hello. So I always get a little overwhelmed looking out, seeing everyone. But everyone has said everything that I would have said, so I don't want to belabor the fact that why we're here. We all appreciate DCEO, the governor especially. This is our community's unicorn. It won't probably happen again, and we're so thankful that we're the ones that had it. One thing I do really want to emphasize on, however, is the workforce. Between Robin, myself, the mayor, and even Joe, we could sit here for hours and tell you anecdotally the behind-the-scenes conversations, crazy moments, and just outright, oh my God, is this happening? But the one thing that I think we really need to emphasize is the workforce. If we did not have the faith that you showed us on staying here and working, we still would not be celebrating this as we are today. So with that said, you won't see me act like this again, so enjoy it. So this commemorates, I'll step you back. This photo is a commemoration of the day in May that Marshalltown and Joe Carter came in and said, we're buying you, and we're going to make you stronger, prouder, and better. And this photo, I hope they will hang in their lobby and reflect on the day that this place became Marshalltown Hammer. So with that said, I am going to invite Governor Pritzker back to this podium and have any Q&A that he might be able to address. Thank you.
Happy to take any questions from members of the media.
Can you provide some
Yes.
details about the agreement here to keep the company here?
Yeah, there's some intricacies to it, so I'm going to ask my staff to join me, and actually Kristen Richards, who leads DCEO.
Sure. We were able to leverage federal funds in the current fiscal year budget to provide some resources to make improvements to the facility, address some of the outstanding costs that were remaining from the previous owner, and enable the transaction. So really a big kudos to Joe and his willingness to work with us and put together the plan, and we're thrilled to be here. Thank you.
I'd just add, because I get the opportunity based on the question, that we've created a number of programs at DCEO to support existing companies in the state of Illinois, just like this one, ones that are undergoing change, maybe they're expanding, and of course to bring new companies into the state to provide some incentives. We looked across the country at what other states are doing and tried to replicate the successful states in that effort. And Illinois really for a couple of decades hasn't had those programs. We went to the General Assembly and asked for permission. We got a bill passed. That's how we asked for permission in the governor's office. And we got that bill passed, again, with a number of incentives. So those are just some of the kinds of grants that we've created. And honestly, it's brought in billions of dollars to the state now and helped us to preserve jobs that may otherwise have gone elsewhere. But we're a manufacturing state, and manufacturing is a core of who we are. So supporting a company like this is, well, it's core to who we are.
Can you provide a dollar figure on the state's investment here?
I think it's, yeah, it's $5 million total. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks, everybody.
You bet. Thank you.